Hari Om, sir.
So,
There's no volume.
Sir, it is very, yeah, there's no sound and it's very cracking.
ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। We will chant the Dhyana Slokas.
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिताम् भगवता नारायणेन स्वयम् व्यासेन ग्रथिताम् पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीम् भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुलाः अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानम् मुदा भूयाद् भारत पङ्कजम् कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालम् पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति देव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः पदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः.
Questions? We'll chant verse 8.
मूकं करोति वाचालम् पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. मूकं करोति वाचालम् पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्.
Just a second. The cook comes at the same time the class starts.
Mine also.
That is also important.
Food. Aharam. Correct.
This is food for the soul, that is food for the body.
Food for the body. Correct. Right. So this is a very inspiring verse, full of devotion and full of knowledge. Says verse 8, Mukam karoti vachalam. Mukam means the dumb person will talk. Girim, pangum. Pangum langayate girim. Girim means mountain. A lame will, what? A cripple will scale mountain. I salute to that supreme bliss, Madhava, whose grace renders the mute eloquent and then makes the cripple scale mountains. Madhava means the husband of Lakshmi. That's the meaning. There are many meanings. This is one of the meanings which is apt here. Husband of Lakshmi, कौन है?
Vishnu.
विष्णु का अवतार कौन है?
Rama.
And
Krishna.
Krishna. So he is saying, Krishna, please save. Right? Now, why use the word husband of Lakshmi? Why can't he say Vishnu or Krishna? They always say that in many verses. Husband of Lakshmi, very interesting, is Lakshmi ji is wealth. Wealth means achievements. Wealth doesn't have to be physical money. Any kind of achievement is a wealth, right, for you. Isn't it? That makes sense, right? Any achievement is wealth for you. So uh, you buy a house, that's wealth. Or you lose 10 kgs, that's wealth achievement for you. You gain the wealth of health. It's always like that. So you don't just equate Lakshmi with gold coins. That's how we have seen the pictures. But it means achievements, wealth. Wealth means you got something, right? How would you get the wealth? So what is the achievement? So when you pray to uh, Vishnu, Madhava, you get these achievements. What are the achievements? Gunga can speak. Langda can scale a mountain. That doesn't mean you pray immediately you get an extra leg. Please don't take it literally. Now, what it actually means is anything that was impossible to you. See, what is impossible for a Gunga to speak is impossible. And a person who doesn't have a leg to go and scale Mount Everest is impossible. Now, do you know who is the winner of Women's Paralympic Archery 2025 last month? Do you know?
Her name, but she sits on the wheelchair, I think.
No, she doesn't sit on a wheelchair. See, we know आलिया भट्ट के बेटे का नाम क्या है? बेटा हुआ बेटी हुआ. But we don't know these kind of things. Who is the world champion? First time, peculiarity in her, a women champion, first time in the history of Paralympic archery.
I think she doesn't have hands or something.
He doesn't have hands.
Legs.
And still it is archery.
I think her name is even like Sarita Devi or something. She doesn't have hands. Zero hands. Could you even
Can you
imagine?
speak little louder, please? We can't hear clearly.
Okay. She doesn't have hands. No hands. And she has won the world's Paralympic championship in women. Could you imagine that you don't have legs, you will go climb Mount Everest? Could you imagine without having hands to do archery? Of all the things, archery is hands. Mukam karoti vacha. Pangum langayate giram. So what he's trying to say is impossibilities become possibilities when you study Vedanta, when you study Bhagavad Gita. You can achieve anything. Makes you efficient. Narendranath. Who is Narendranath?
Modi.
Maybe.
Okay. A chaiwala became the
Becomes the
Prime Minister of India. This world's
of one of the biggest democratic countries.
the biggest democracy in the world. The biggest. Can you believe a chaiwala on the footpath on the railway station is become a prime minister? Who is Narendra?
Swami Vivekanand.
Vivekananda became Vivekananda.
Vivekanand.
An ordinary Jew became
She's
Christ.
Yes.
Christ was a Jew. He was not a Christian. He made Christianity later. He was a Jew. An illiterate boy became Ramana. He became a Maharishi. Ramana Maharshi, illiterate boy. His mother gave him, uh, fees for school. Don't do that. He gave the fees to the first person he saw and went up that Tiruvannamalai mountain and never came down. And when he came down as Maharshi. Maharshi Ramana, he came down. So ordinary people can do extraordinary things. No, only Narendranath or Narendra or ordinary Jew can do it. I can't do it. You can do it. How do you think that girl won the Paralympic? Now, one more way of looking at it is Muka means speech. Speech means organs of action. So in Upanishads, they don't talk about every active mouth, here, ear, this and that. They don't mention. They mention one thing, speech. So speech means mouth. Mouth is organs of action. Meaning in all activities, you will be efficient. You can do the impossible. The only way impossibility is achieved is by what? By what can any impossibility be achieved? Don't tell me willpower, effort. All those comes when you have something. What is it? Can't hear you, Ashaji.
Your passion.
Passion comes when you have something. What is the one thing that you need to have?
The faith you have.
Huh?
The faith.
It, you need a little bit luck. Yeah, but that's not important as much as the main purpose.
Vivek, I met a person who told me you need money first and then passion.
Sir, I've met so many people who have passion and money comes in later. Money comes in to fundraising or whatever, it comes. But yes, I agree with you. Practicality, money is also important, but money comes in when you have passion. Passion comes when you have something. What is it? So something has to be there to have passion. To have passion, you get money. To have money, when you have money, you achieve the impossibility. What is it?
When
What
you
It could be zest or inclination.
which is passion? No?
To have a spiritual background.
Not everybody has spiritual background, no? I don't know about that little girl who won the Paralympic. I don't think she must have had like Vedanta background and all. I doubt it. Maybe she does. I doubt it.
when you think little bit about yourself, no, you go little within yourself.
Okay. Okay, that's the very primary. I'm talking about the main aspect. When you think about yourself, you understand something. When you understand that thing, which is I'm asking, you get passion, this.
You get to know that means there is something inside which tells you that you can do what, I mean, if you want to do something,
So,
that vastness is there inside.
In
see,
spite of having any disability, also the person feels that 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 these disabilities are not going to hinder what I can do, because I mean, like, I know you're saying that maybe that girl did not have any spiritual background, but still, like, maybe, like, how that you are full in the sense ki, in spite of not having hands, legs, hearing, seeing, whatever, still that person feels the fullness within. Maybe like when the child is small, so then you have some grandmother, some mother who are devotional around, so then these things, these lacking things, they take a back seat. I mean, I don't know how to explain, but
He had something. If you listen to her interview, she came in KBC as well. She had something that propelled everything. She wanted to win the archery contest. She wanted to do that.
means her focus was winning.
No, there was a focus, there was an ideal for her. There was a goal. She wanted something. She she could not sleep. She was always thinking about that. I wanted that. You can ask her, talk to her, and see her videos. Any great person becomes great with a purpose. Without purpose in life, no impossibility can be achieved, made possible. See, mukam karoti vacharam. Unless he wants to reach that mountain top, why would he put an effort? That lame person, mukam karoti, why, why, कहाँ ऊपर क्यों जा रहा है तू? मुझे उधर जाना है. मैं कुछ भी करूंगा, जाऊंगा. प्रोस्थेटिक लेग लगाऊंगा, व्हील चेयर लेके आऊंगा, पता नहीं क्या करूंगा, मैं जाऊंगा बस. आई विल क्रॉल एंड गो. आई हैव सीन पीपल इन तिरुपति roll up. Crazy. This is crazy. See, ants, cockroaches, these live, breed, and die. So do humans. So do you and I. What is the purpose? क्या क्या clarity है अपने पास? Every day passes, that day dies. Every year, what do we celebrate? Our,
Birth, birth,
our special day is what?
Birth.
Birthday. It's not birthday. Every year, 1 year is gone. It's death day. See, something which you left behind and something you're going towards. What do you celebrate? Not something you left behind. You will not go reverse the time. You're going towards something. What are you going towards? Death. So my guru also says that before also, I never knew. When I heard my guru, it made so sense. He says, it's a joke to celebrate a birthday. What are you proud of? It's rather you celebrate your death day. Oh, 1 year gone. One more year gone. One more year gone. You're going closer to a destined time, if you believe in that. There's some time. वो उसमें से घट रहा है every year. And we are celebrating as though, next day anything can happen. So nobody questions what is the purpose. So what Gita does is any uncertain situations, first it gives you clarity. Once you get the clarity, next it supplies with the courage to take that step, a certain step into the unknown and plunge. When nothing around you is working, when your marriage is failing, then when you read, not then you should read, but when you read Vedanta, when you read Bhagavad Gita, when marriage is failing, everything is falling apart, that gives you the courage to do the right thing at the right time. How do you have that courage? Because you have clarity. What needs to be done? I cannot be selfish anymore. The whole system has been messed up because of my selfishness. I must become unselfish. It's a dire situation. How do I save save that situation? How do I get out of it? That clarity Gita gives you. No other text gives you this. No science, chemistry text will give you this clarity. It gives you a purpose. Second thing, it gets you out of that uncertainty. When things are going the worst, the clarity gives you the courage and certainty to jump into the abyss. How will you jump into the abyss? Do something which I've never done before. Gita. It's an impossibility for everyone else, not the person who is a student of Gita or Vedanta. See, Swami Ramatirtha, I don't know, you must read about him whenever you get a chance. He was going to, he went to Japan, he gave some lectures in Japan, and from Japan, there's a ship to America, California. So he sat in the ship and he's going. And, orange robe, some peculiar radiance about him, and people are like wondering, what is this Swami doing here, going to America? And one American came and asked him, um, sir, where are you going to America? And is there anybody who you know there? And then he says, yes, I know. Who is that? You. See, this is what Vedanta does to you. Another third thing. Makes you sufficient. See, when you have stuff, you don't need other stuff around you. What did he have? He didn't have anything. An ochre robe and some documents maybe to go around. Not one single penny he had. And he went to America. Can you imagine that now? So, Bhagavad Gita gives you that stuff, that content, which gives you that self-sufficiency. You're not dependent on others. It's not, oh, I'm greater than you, I don't depend on you. No, it's not like that. It's just that surety that you have that, you know what? I don't want stuff from others. I don't want anything from you. I want to give. I don't want. So when the attitude, when there is an attitudinal change, right? Then you have more. You have enough. You don't ask anymore. One of the one time I think I heard one great Swami say, I have this problem, I have that problem. One person is saying, the answer is, he was talking about very tangential things, that is happening, this is happening. And the guru just said, be grateful. I mean, how is that connection? But that awareness, that the knowledge gives you that awareness that you have enough and you want to give, then you won't ask. To self-sufficiency. First is a purpose. Second is any uncertain situations, you have the clarity and courage to get out. Third is this, that you have stuff. Fourth, most important is Gita endows you with knowledge. Most important. Reveals your ignorance. See, the greatest disservice that you can do to yourself is what? In this context, when I mention reveals your ignorance, endows you with knowledge. What is the greatest disservice that you can do to yourself? that I can do to myself.
When you have the capability and you don't do it.
Yeah. What else?
You have to bring out the human potential.
Okay.
Living in the mire of ignorance,
Living in
like like a frog lives in a pond and he cannot see beyond the pond.
So living in the mire of ignorance is caused by what attitude?
It's
Selfish attitude.
it's complacency that you know everything. You lack the
Right.
will to improve.
No. All that leave. I know. That is the greatest disservice you can do. I know how life works. And the moment you gain some knowledge, you feel that. I know. I'm doing Vedanta. I'm teaching Vedanta. I'm listening to Vedanta. I know.
That means you acknowledge what you don't know.
If you can do that, which Gita enforces on you, then you grow.
So
See,
it's like
madman,
being egoist.
ego, yes. A madman doesn't know that he's mad. So does an ignorant person doesn't know he's ignorant. How do you expose that ignorance? I feel that I know. It is so ingrained, it is so back of your mind that you can't even understand how much you feel that you know stuff. Everybody. And that's why we never improve. We are in status quo because we have a status quo that we know. Gita exposes that ignorance in you. See, whatever you think you know fixes your pinpricks in life, small issues. So you're able to handle your small issues, obviously. Once you're able to handle your small issues, you think you're able to handle everything.
Actually,
See, if you really had knowledge now, what would be your current state of mind, of life? What would it be?
Then you won't learn.
Huh?
You won't learn then.
No. If you really knew,
Satisfaction.
if you really knew, you'd be a contented person. You'd be a happy person. You have a hold on your life. Is there is the question. If it's not, then you did not know anything. The current state of affairs is not according to the standards that you think it should be. That means you do not know. If you do not know, that means you don't have the knowledge of Vedanta. But sir, I know how, karma functions. You have information, you don't have knowledge. You can analyze stuff. Our selfishness leads to this leads to that leads to this leads to that. You can analyze. A professor can analyze. A Pandit can analyze. Pandit rattles off, you call a Pandit for that yajna. He keeps on rattling off. Ask him one thing. Ask him to explain. After reading Bhagavad Gita and Vedanta and all that, sometimes I recognize, अरे ये तो केन उपनिषद से है. पट within sec. वो एक स्टैंजा स्वामी जी 1 घंटा लेते हैं समझाने के लिए. इसने 1 सेकंड में बोल दिया उसको. What does he know? Pandit doesn't know.
sir can't hear.
Can everybody hear?
नहीं, इसको बोल रहे.
Okay. See, our current state of affairs is like that king whose life is in the parrot. Do you know that? Have you heard that story? What is it? There was a king whose life was in the parrot. So nobody could kill the king. How do you kill the king?
Kill the parrot.
Parrot. Oh, what is this king and parrot life? This is a human being's life. What is the symbolism of the parrot? Anybody? Just think now. Huh? Can't hear you.
You're good at repeating without really understanding.
No, the attachment to it.
So a parrot is a symbolic representation of where your attachments lie. So that king had one parrot, we have 1,000 parrots. Anything happens to the parrots around us, happens to us. So we are dependent on the world and the people around us. That's what our life is like that. That means we don't have knowledge. So all the knowledge that I have right now is useless. Because if it was useful, I would have been in a different state of mind. My life would have been different. The fact that my life is exactly same as 10 years ago, maybe here and there some things have been fixed. That means I do not have that knowledge. So if I don't have that knowledge, what do? I need to first recognize I don't have the knowledge. Once I recognize I don't have the knowledge, I will gain knowledge. How do I gain knowledge? From Bhagavad Gita. I need to study. Now, this revelation has to happen. This is not an analysis here. We are doing analysis, but this is something that must click in you. And only when it clicks in us, only when it clicks in me, then I will put the effort to study. If I feel that I know, why would I study? See, I've been asking you to study every day in the morning. I doubt anybody does that. I'm 100% sure. Why don't you do it? Because you feel you know. That's the only reason. ये काफी है ये नो complacency आता है. My life is good. It's okay. ठीक है. चल रहा है. चल रहा है. If you're okay with चल रहा है, then be there. You don't want चल रहा है in your life. You want perfection in your life. Or else why would you keep attending the classes? Not this, any classes. So this is how the impossibilities are achieved. Recognition of ignorance, have a purpose, uncertainties you handle, all because of knowledge, all because of Bhagavad Gita. That's why he says, see, when he says, Mukam karoti vacha, how can a Gunga speak? It does. It happens. How can a lame scale Mount Everest? Yes, it happens. You think, sir, this is all very much poetry. No, it is not poetry. It's facts. I just given you one girl's example. When I actually saw that girl now, I was actually surprised out of my mind. Because if I don't look at that girl, if I ask you, a Paralympic won the archery, you would say Paralympic means maybe a ek aankh nahi tha, because blind person cannot shoot. Maybe पाँव नहीं था, कुछ नहीं था, maybe fingers नहीं थे दो तीन. That's how you'll think. Will you ever imagine हाथ नहीं थे? Never imagine that. That's an impossibility. It's impossible. And when I read this thing, it's like, oh my God, this is what he's talking about. That's the power of knowledge. Next verse. Verse, one second, start see. Yeah. Verse 9. Do you have the book or shall I share that? Okay, I'll share it.
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति देव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः.
Right. I salute him who is worshipped by divine chants, by Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra, and Vayu. Who is that he, Brahman, who is pleased by singers of Samaveda, by singing Vedas and Upanishads, by following the word sequence. It's all in a meter. Samaveda is very difficult to chant, but very melodious to listen to. It has a sequence. Who is seen by yogis who are absorbed in him, with their mind merging in him, and whose end is not known, even by the devas and asuras. So even by the more sattvic people, devas, and the worst people, asuras, tamasic people, they don't understand what is Brahman. Just because you've been doing some charity or doing some good stuff around you, doesn't mean you know the what that Brahman is. It's called the secret. It's the greatest of the greatest secrets. Why is it a secret? Because nobody knows. That's what it means. So you don't know it. So what is a secret? A secret is something which baffles your intellect. Right? Baffles your intellect means, see, orange. You understand? Your mind can go back to that thought. Right? But if I say something to Ashaji right now, and none of you know, then you don't know it. Your intellect cannot fathom it. Something that your intellect cannot fathom is called a secret because you don't understand that. You see what I'm saying? Something that you do not know. Your intellect cannot go in and find out. That is a secret. You don't know that.
Like it's unknown to me.
It's unknown. Anything unknown is secret, right, for you?
Yeah.
Definition of secret is what? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Mystery.
So knows means what? Intellect doesn't know it.
Right.
So
Not aware of that.
I'm generalizing that word secret.
Okay.
So 2% knows it. So the mind is aware of it because they have discussed it. The third person is not able to figure out. His intellect doesn't cannot fathom what the topic could be. So it's secret for him. It's secret in between them and not and him and the other person, because he doesn't know. So what is the greatest of greatest secret is anything secretive uh, is a wonder for you, because your intellect wonders क्या हो रहा है you know क्या बात किया उन्होंने. So your intellect wonders क्या है. What is the most wonderful thing in the world? Is, did the chicken come first or the egg? Did the seed come first or the tree? What came first? Just look at the tree outside your window. Where did it come from? A seed. ठीक है, 10 साल पहले वो सीड कहाँ से आया?
ट्री से.
ट्री से आया ना. हाँ, वो ट्री 100 साल पहले किसी ने प्लांट किया होगा, नहीं तो अपने आप हुआ होगा. वो कहाँ से आया? सीड से आया. वो कहाँ से आया? उसके प्रीवियस ट्री से आया. वो कहाँ से आया? सीड से आया. ठीक है, अभी जाओ आप 100 million years जाओ, ट्री सीड हो रहा है ना. अब द फैक्ट दैट द ट्री इज हियर right now, that means it has a lineage. The fact that you are here, that means there is a lineage for you. Now the tree is there is a lineage. What produced the first tree?
The seed.
What produced the first seed?
The tree.
What produced that first tree? कहाँ से क्या स्टार्ट हुआ? किसने स्टार्ट किया?
Vivek, don't they? I have read somewhere that God just willed, and after He willed, the mountains came up,
God
the rivers drew. Is
understood
that
that.
all true?
How? When you see, it's called God of the gaps analogy. God of the gaps analogy is when there is a gap, when you don't know, you put God there. For example, um, when you had chicken pox, you didn't know what it was. So what came? God came. So in the history of human beings, anything that you don't know, you put God there. And you're very satisfied. Hey, it's it's just a conjecture. There's nothing to it. It's just a word. God started everything. That's not the answer. Just because you couldn't answer, you put something there. It's called the God of the gaps. Now you don't know what's happening. How did the world begin? So if you go, how did I came? My father, my father. Where the first father came from? Monkeys. Where the monkey come from? Multicellular. Where is the single cell? Where does the single cell come from? Chemical combination. Chemical combination करके दिखाओ मुझे life. I'll give you all the ingredients. Do it in the chemistry lab and bring out life in it. Can you do it? Nobody can do it. Where did the life come from? सर मतलब कुछ और प्लैनेट से आया होगा. वो प्लैनेट से कहाँ आया? वो प्लैनेट में कैसे आया? और कुछ प्लैनेट कहाँ से आया? किसने स्टार्ट किया? कैसे स्टार्ट हुआ? सोर्स क्या है? ये ट्री कहाँ से आया? ये चिकन कहाँ से आया? एग चिकन. Can you believe? Can you believe? See, when you really don't understand, when you really understand the intensity of it, na, you will feel here, chest में, नीचे, stomach के ऊपर. ये क्या है? ये कैसे? क्या start हुआ? It is so crazy, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. And you're living your life with surety? God. This is wonder. See, But Guru says, good that you don't think about all this. If you think, you become crazy. And crazy is what you need in this path. Did you know that? You need a crazy person. You need to be a crazy person to get into the path of self-realization. How did life
When you
begin? We don't understand how.
when you when you think of tree seed, so there are two things, all the time, and
Hmm.
you're not sure of either of it. So how do you get to one thing?
That is
The
what
real reality. What
I don't
what
know.
is the reality?
I don't know. I don't know. Unless I feel that I really don't know. Where is the pursuit? But we are all sure God created it. कैसे किसी ने बोला गॉड ने किया? आपने देखा? And pacifies the human being. आंसर मिल गया. अभी बच्चों को देते हैं ना ऐसे ऐसे, ए मम्मी क्या हो रहा है? नहीं कुछ नहीं बेटा, ऐसे ऐसे हुआ है. उसको रियलिटी बोलते नहीं, उसको कुछ पैसिफाई कर देंगे हम. वंस ही पैसिफाइज ना, आराम से अगेन लिव इन दैट इग्नोरेंस. We all doing the same thing. There is no there is no inquiry in us because we don't wonder ever. We don't we don't understand कि मैं कहाँ से आया हूँ, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं क्यों आया हूँ. सर वो सब छोड़ो ना, मस्त एंजॉय करो. क्या है? पार्टी टुडे. All friends, we are meeting up. That's it. That's your life then.
Then what should your goal be then? If that is the thing, what is your goal?
The goal should be to inquire into this. First of all, your goal should be that I don't know stuff. I do not know Vedanta. I do not know about life. And I really don't know how did this whole thing begin. Then there is a struggle to find out. The struggle to find out is not, it doesn't come. You cannot force yourself to study Vedanta. You cannot. You may do it for a month maximum. Or you go to Vipassana course for 31 days. Those things you'll do. But there is no inquiry from within. There is no wonderment. There is no ascharya. Because we all think we know a lot of stuff. Unless I humble myself, salute the book, salute the author, salute the main character, and bow down to them and take their ashirwad. Unless I become humble, how will I learn Bhagavad Gita? So Bhagavad Gita is not for people who think who know Vedanta. If you think you know Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita is not the class for you. We need to enter this sacred book knowing very well that I'm a Buddhu. I don't know anything. Because look at my life. It's not the best version of myself. So I don't know. I don't know what came first. I don't know what is happening. Let Bhagavad Gita give me that direction and knowledge. You have to come into this text with uttermost humility and zero information about what all you have learned, how many gurus you have listened to. Everything is zero. It's 100% zero because look at your present state. That's it. If the present state is not up to the mark, that means whatever you learned is not useful. So I will make a fresh start now. I will relearn everything. I'll forget what I've learned. I will relearn Bhagavad Gita. Right. So we will start Arjuna Vishadha Yoga, chapter 1 from next class onwards. We will go through a little quickly in Arjuna Vishadha Yoga because most of the time Arjuna is only talking. You don't want to listen to Arjuna. He's already a fully confused fellow. He must be a great warrior and achieve so many things, but in front of Krishna, you want to listen to Krishna. You don't want to listen to Arjuna. His confusion will come into our confusion, make us more confused. So we will, as much as possible, wherever there is some psychology there, I will explain. Else we will do a Rawalpindi Express on that. Okay. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Thank you, sir. Hari Om.